Hey, this is Blackcom Warnick, and this topic is going to be about now that you're out of the military, what happens next to blacks who finish their stint in the military. Okay, one thing that's common with blacks who leave the military that we come back home to nothing, especially in urban areas. We live in areas that often doesn't have major industry. Uh, there are not a lot of groceries, fresh produce that you can purchase, at least not a variety, and many different stores that sells produce is very lacking in our community. So when we come home from the military, we come home to nothing, and we um, many of us become um, unemployed after the military, and we don't have resources. We don't have money for college. Um, Not everybody who goes into the military applies for um, the education program, but either or that because we have limited resources, um, we fall into again poverty. Okay, and many of the people that you see on the streets, the middle-aged men, in particular, middle-aged black men, many of these people are veterans, and veterans that many of these veterans are black that are living in the shelter system, and it's again we're disproportionately represented in these shelter systems. I feel that um, blacks who go into the military to help prevent this epidemic of homelessness among black veterans, that we should have what like a care packet. Each veteran should, before exiting the military, they should have, they should go through like a course or something, a review about where they're going to live. Okay, many times, with the military, they send you a one-way ticket back to the state where you were recruited from, and but you have to make sure about the living arrangements where you're going to go back home to. So if you know you're going to be entering the military and you know that where you live isn't the best situation, so if you still decide to go into the military, make sure that when you enter, save your money. Save your money. A lot of times in the military, people, buy clothes, a lot of electronics, they go to clubs and buy a lot of alcohol. That's where a lot of the money goes. And of course, you have some blacks who already have families, they have children, and so they have to send money home. But everything is spent. So you have to make sure you have a plan to save money for school if that's your interest, or save money so that you can get a down deposit for a home or something. You want to prepare for your civilian life, and so what makes you comfortable is that you have a comfortable place to stay after the military. This is very essential because um, many of us were forced to go back to the same old situation back in the community you came out from, and you live in a place that is not conducive for happiness. So I would say that's a first thing that you should think about upon entering the military. Have a plan about when you become a civilian again. Okay, even if you make it a career, a career isn't forever in the military, and you're eventually going to come home. So have something like a cushion that you can fall back on. Okay. What else? that did mention about the care packet, and it's an exit interview also. You know, is their health okay? Um, do they have a bank account? Do you know how to drive? Okay, many like when I left to go into the military, I did not know how to drive. I didn't need to know how to learn how to drive because I lived in the city and we have mass transit. And for my considering, when I was to leave the military, where I was going to live, some areas, in the States, you need a car. And this put a lot of stress on me when I was um, processing to uh, get out of the military. And so I would say once you get in and when you have time to learn how to drive, this gives you flexibility so that you, you 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 have more options of where you could live. And if you don't know how to drive or you don't have money to get a car, this would limit what type of work you could look for, because it might be too far from where you live, and and some mass transit doesn't go into certain neighborhoods. It's exclusively cars. So that would be my other suggestion. Transportation. So you need money, you need transportation, you need to know how to drive. These open up doors of opportunities for you, job wise and social wise. Okay. So again, when you're into the military, these are some of the things you should look into because you have to get prepared to become a civilian again if you're not going to make it a career. So let me know what your thoughts are on my channel. Give a thumbs up. Over.